Hey guys, it's Ava. Today I'm going to be filming 10 ways you can become healthier in 2017. I've noticed that 2016 I definitely became healthier, but there's different ways that I could definitely change the way I do things, and I wanted to share some of these ideas that I have with you, and hopefully they help you become healthier. So without further ado, let's get on into the video. So number one, the first thing you could do is drink less coffee. Now I know for people this is like gonna be something totally hard to like give up, but you can definitely drink decaf if you're one of those people that like does it for the taste. Another thing you can do is if you want energy, you can always have carbs, because carbs actually help you get energy. They're one of like the quickest ways you can get energy. What I like to do to like wake me up in the morning is I like listening to music, and like I also like stretching and eat fruit, and I always find that helps me. So I think definitely like decreasing the amount of coffee that you drink and just like caffeine in general, that's definitely going to help you stay healthier. Number two is eat less salt. Now I know for like some of you that might be really difficult and it's hard to give up salt, but me personally, like I'm the exact same way. What I use for salt is I use this pink Himalayan salt, and I feel like that's just a little bit healthier alternative, and it's a little bit more natural. Try like different alternatives, like maybe spices. You can try ginger or chives, or you could just do like different things that maybe they'll add like different flavor, but there's like not as much sodium. Number three is to drink more water. Now I know you've probably heard that like all the time, but it's something really simple you can do. And what works for me is I always use this water bottle. Drinking like water out of a water bottle, for some reason it always just like motivates me. Also, if you're like one of those people that just like they want like something fruity, they don't like the plain taste of water, you can always add like lemons, or you can add fruit, and it's even healthy if you like add fruit, and it could be like a detox. Water helps you stay hydrated, and what I do is like during class, if I'm like super tired, I always drink water and it like wakes me up. You probably need more water than you think. Drinking more water is a must. Tip number four is to cook more. Now this has totally helped me out. What I've started doing is, as part of my resolution, I've started cooking dinner every single night. Now this has helped me a lot because I feel like I get to choose a little bit more like what I eat, and when you go out to eat, you don't really know exactly what they're putting in the food, but you get to control what you're like putting in the food and making sure that everything's fresh when you're cooking it. And also, if you do like have microwavable foods, I recommend just like putting it in the oven or cooking it on the stove. That's what I've been doing. Since we moved, we actually don't have a microwave, so I've had to make everything from oven or stovetop, and I feel like that's definitely made me a lot healthier. Tip number five is actually probably one of my favorites. It's to let more sunshine in. What I do is I just like opening the windows when I'm cleaning. Letting in sunshine actually raises serotonin levels, which will make you happier. So it'll make you a happier person, and you'll also get vitamin D, which is very important too, because our bodies are naturally made for sunlight, and it'll just make you happier. And when I'm cleaning, I definitely just like simple things is to just like open my windows. It makes me happier and it makes me more motivated just to do things, and I definitely notice a change. Number six, y'all. So number six is actually to meditate. Now I know for some of you it may be like totally bizarre to meditate, like you've never meditated before, but there's actually different ways you can meditate. Me personally is right before I go to bed, I go onto this website and they have bedtime stories, and it helps like slow down your breath, it relaxes you, and definitely like doing it if you're in school and you're really stressed out, it'll just help just slow down your thinking and you'll feel a lot more relaxed. What I use, the website I use is calm.com. They have a bunch of free different things you can use. You can do like imagery and stuff like that, and what you do is you just like sit, relax with your eyes closed, and there's guided meditations. There's like a length of different times. So I definitely recommend, I'll put it in the description down below. Number seven is to not go on electronics before bed. Now that's probably like impossible, but it's actually easier than you'd probably think. What I do is right before I go to bed, like I obviously like go on my computer, but right before I go to bed, like maybe 30 minutes before, I I started writing my journal. Like, it's not like a diary or whatever. I just like record what happened that day. And that like calms me down. And then I also read. I'm not much of like a big reader, but when you like find a good book and you just like read a little bit right before you go to bed, that always helps me out. Or you can always just like get some water and just like chill out, like hang out with your family a little bit before you go to bed. It definitely affects the way you sleep too. You sleep more effectively if you don't go on electronics before bed. So maybe like instead of going on your phone, what I like to do is I like to just like clean a little bit, like pick up my room. Okay, so this is probably gonna sound so bizarre, but number 8 is actually take colder showers. Me personally, I don't like taking that cold of showers. I'm more of like a hot shower kind of person. But taking cold showers can actually stimulate weight loss surprisingly, and it relieves depression. And taking colder showers actually makes you more energetic. But if you're not into like taking cold showers like I am, what I do is I take like a colder shower. So it's not like hot, but it's a little bit colder than normal. And then right before I get out, for like 10 seconds, I just sit under cold water and it like wakes me up for sure. And number 9, you've probably heard before, but it definitely happens all the time and it's something we can totally change, and it's not to overeat. Now, what I do is when I'm bored and I have like nothing to do, I'll just like go in my kitchen and I'll just like eat everything. And definitely if you're going out to a restaurant and you have big amounts of food, don't overeat, okay? Like when you're not hungry anymore, ask for a box, because that's something I always struggle with. Whenever I go out to a restaurant, I always just like keep eating. But definitely ask for a box, because you shouldn't be overeating, and listen to your body so you know when you should stop. And another thing that helps me eat less is I use smaller plates rather than larger plates. So when I use smaller plates, it makes me feel like I'm eating a little bit more rather than like using large plates, and that actually helps me a lot. And number 10, the last one, is find an activity that calms you down. Because if you're a student like me, you're definitely stressed. We just had exams and exams were painful, but like I don't even want to go into it. I'm like, alright, okay. But find an activity that calms you down. I like to color, I like to hang out with friends, I like to ride my bike even though like the weather's kind of bad right now. I like doing like crafts and stuff, and that always calms me down. I knit, and just finding something that relieves stress and relaxes you is going to be a big part of your life. And I wouldn't rely on electronics. That's what I used to do. I would always get stressed out and I'd always run to my computer and like watch videos for like an hour, and then I'd feel better, but it didn't really calm me down. So when you find something other than like going on your computer to relieve stress, you're honestly gonna notice a big difference in your life. So thank you guys so much for watching my video. I hope you use some of the things that I mentioned in this video and that you find them helpful. Definitely make sure to like this video if you liked it, and subscribe, because I'm going to be posting a bunch more videos. I'm planning on doing like recipes and all kinds of stuff, so make sure to comment some things you want me to do. And bye guys! Hey everybody, I'm Ava and welcome to my channel. And excuse the pajamas that I'm wearing, but that's okay. It's gonna be super casual. And go outside, people, cause you need to exercise. Wait, it's coming. Okay, we're good.